On it, I'll craft a 2,000-word story titled, "The Young Alien Princess Mocks the Human Soldier," until he removes his armor and silences her. Give me a moment to put together for you. Stay tuned. You said, YS. ChatGPT said, here is your 2,000-word story titled, "The Young Alien Princess Mocks the Human Soldier," until he removes his armor and silences her. The twin suns of Vel'thari glinted off the crystalline towers of the Imperial Palace, casting fractured light across the training arena where a group of elite warriors had gathered. They had come not for war, but for spectacle, an interspecies martial demonstration meant to solidify a shaky peace between Earth and the Vel'thari Dominion. Among them stood Princess Xalara, youngest daughter of Empress Vel'thari, and famed across the stars for her unmatched arrogance, combat prowess, and biting tongue. She wore her obsidian armor like a second skin, her lavender eyes scanning the human visitors with the amused disdain one might reserve for insects trying to wrestle a lion. "Which of you is supposed to represent Earth's strength?" she asked with a smirk, her voice smooth as venom. "You look like a herd of frightened larvae in scrap metal." The humans shifted uncomfortably, but one stepped forward. He was taller than the rest, clad in heavy matte black armor with red highlights, a prototype Earth military suit known for its durability rather than elegance. His face was hidden behind a dark visor, and he carried no visible weapons. "I'm Sergeant Cole Marin," he said simply. Xalara's lips curled. "Ah, the quiet one. That's fitting. I was told humans were fragile, but I didn't expect them to cower behind helmets." He tilted his head slightly. "Or maybe I'm just being polite." "Oh," she purred, walking a slow circle around him. "Are you so hideous your own kind keep you covered? Or are you afraid you'll shatter if you so much as trip?" Cole didn't move. The crowd of Vel'thari nobles laughed, except for one or two who glanced uneasily at the still soldier. His silence was too steady, too calm. "Fine," Xalara declared, raising her chin. "Let's see how the human dances. I challenge you to a match. No weapons. No armor. Warrior to warrior." The humans flinched. Her armor contained bioreactive enhancements. Without his suit, Cole would be vastly outmatched. Still, he spoke without hesitation. "Agreed." Gasps rose on both sides. A minute later, the match began, and Cole stepped into the arena with nothing but loose training gear, bare arms, and quiet confidence. Xalara smirked again. "You're even thinner than I imagined." Cole stretched once, slow and easy, then settled into a loose stance. "You're about to learn something, Princess," he said. She laughed. "And what's that?" He smiled faintly. "Why, we don't need armor." The match began with speed. Xalara lunged, fists blazing with energy. She was fast, blindingly so, and every movement had the power of generations of warrior blood behind it. Her strikes came like lightning, but they didn't land. Cole moved with eerie precision. He ducked, weaved, parried, not wasting a single movement. When he struck, it was sharp and efficient. A blow to the shoulder, a palm to the chest, a foot that swept her balance. For the first time, the laughter faded from her eyes. "Interesting," she breathed. "You mock what you don't understand," Cole said quietly, backing away. "We don't rely on brute strength. We study. We endure." She snarled and lunged again. This time he let her hit. The blow landed squarely on his side, enough to knock him backward. Yet he rolled with it, sprang up, and twisted behind her in a blur. A gentle pressure at her neck. She froze. His fingers rested lightly against a nerve cluster that would render her unconscious if he pressed an inch deeper. Silence fell. Even the wind stopped. And then he stepped back. "I didn't come here to humiliate you," he said, brushing dust from his arm. "But you need to be reminded, there's more to strength than sharp words and fast fists." Xalara stared at him, stunned. For the first time in her life, she'd been defeated. Afterward, she avoided him, but her mind wouldn't let go of the memory. His calm expression, the precise way he moved, how he disarmed her without violence. She had called him a fragile human. Yet in that moment, he had felt unbreakable. A week passed, then two, and finally, she approached him during a quiet moment in the garden alcoves above the palace. "You embarrass me," she said. He glanced at her, not rising from where he sat today. "I didn't mean to." "You bested me." He shrugged. "In a sparring match." "No," she insisted. "In the eyes of my people, no one speaks of anything else." He was quiet for a long moment, then said, "Do you want to spar again?" "I want to understand," she said, sitting across from him. "How can someone who looks like you defeat someone like me?" He smiled gently. "Sit with me long enough, and I'll show you." And she did. Every day, she came to him in secret. They trained, not in brute techniques, but in philosophy, in balance and restraint. She watched how he listened, how he anticipated, how he breathed through chaos. He watched how she pushed herself, how she slowly replaced arrogance with curiosity. Their bond deepened, not with fanfare, but in quiet moments. A shared laugh, a corrected stance, a long look held under the stars. Then one night, as they sat side by side, she whispered, "You silenced me that day." He turned to her gently. "I didn't want to silence you, but you did, with strength I didn't understand, a strength that didn't need to shout." She reached out and placed her hand on his, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. Their romance was whispered first, just like the rumors of their sparring match. But soon it became fact. The alien princess and the human soldier. It was scandal. It was intrigue. It was destiny. But not everyone was pleased. One evening, as they met in secret near the outer edge of the palace gardens, they were ambushed. A group of Vel'thari traditionalists, cloaked, masked, furious. Xalara stood in front of Cole. "He is mine," she growled. "You will not touch him." The leader laughed. "You shame your people, princess. He is a pet, a toy, nothing more." Cole stepped forward. "You don't want this fight." "Oh!" the leader sneered. "Will you defeat us all again, barehanded?" Cole didn't answer. He removed his cloak, and under was not armor, but a simple earth uniform. He raised his hands, and in seconds the air shifted, because he wasn't alone. From the shadows, other humans emerged, Earth's elite unit, sending quiet protection. Not soldiers, but warriors. Silent, deadly. The traditionalists froze. "This was a mistake," one of them hissed. "Yes," Xalara said coldly. "It was." They fled. Later, Cole looked at her as they sat by the moonlit pond. "You didn't have to protect me." "I did," she said, "because I mocked you once. And I won't make that mistake again." She touched his chest, over his heart. "No armor now," she whispered. "But you're still the strongest man I've ever known." He kissed her for the first time under starlight, and there was no more need for silence.